The rule of law and the immigration debate. A case for clarity crime, by its very definition, is a violation of established law. From the smallest infraction, say, pocketing a candy bar without paying, to the gravest offenses like murder, the legal system doesn't discriminate in labeling them. They're all crimes. This principle extends to immigration laws, which govern who can enter, stay, and thrive in a nation. In the United States, crossing borders without authorization or overstaying a visa isn't a gray area. It's a crime, plain and simple. Yet, the conversation around illegal immigration often drowns in emotion, politics, and moral posturing, sidelining a fundamental truth. Laws exist for a reason, and breaking them has consequences. Let's start with the basics. Entering the U.S. without permission or overstaying a visa violates federal law. Title 8 of the U.S. Code spells it out. Illegal entry is a misdemeanor for a first offense, with penalties escalating for repeat offenders, while overstaying a visa can lead to deportation and bars on re-entry. These aren't suggestions, they're statutes. Many migrants, however, don't pursue the arduous path to citizenship, background checks, fees, years of waiting, and instead settle into the shadows of American life. This isn't a victimless act. It strains public resources, undermines legal immigrants who followed the rules, and muddies the waters of national sovereignty. The counter-argument often hinges on compassion. These are people fleeing hardship, seeking a better life. Fair enough, empathy isn't the issue, but the U.S. Constitution and its protections, like due process or equal protection under the law, apply to citizens and, to a lesser extent, legal residents. Non-citizens who break the law don't get a free pass to claim those rights as if they'd earned them. The Constitution isn't a global document. It doesn't stretch to Honduras or Syria to shield those who haven't sworn allegiance to it. Other nations don't bend their laws for Americans abroad. Why should the U.S. be different? There's a legal path to citizenship for a reason. It's slow, methodical, and deliberately tough. A gauntlet designed to filter out those unwilling to commit fully. Background checks weed out criminals. Language and civics tests ensure integration. Waiting periods test resolve. It's not a trap in the sinister sense. It's a safeguard, a way to protect the nation's identity and security. Asylum seekers, a distinct group, get temporary protections under international and U.S. law, safe harbor while their claims are vetted. But when they vanish into the system, skipping hearings or ignoring deportation orders, that privilege evaporates. They become lawbreakers too. The data backs this up. U.S. Customs and Border Protection reported over 2.2 million encounters at the southwest border in fiscal year 2024, many resulting in expulsions or deportations, but countless others slipping through. Immigration courts face a backlog of over 3 million cases, per the Transactional Records Access Clearinghouse, with absconders clogging the system. These aren't just numbers, they're evidence of a broken process exploited by those who bypass the legal route. Critics will cry xenophobia or inhumanity, but that dodges the point. Laws aren't about feelings, they're about order. Granting amnesty or ignoring violations doesn't fix the problem, it incentivizes more of the same. A nation without borders isn't a nation, it's a free-for-all. The solution isn't cruelty. Deporting millions en masse is neither practical nor humane, but neither is it open-ended tolerance. Streamline legal immigration, sure. Bolster asylum processing, absolutely. But enforce the law consistently. Anything less erodes the very system migrants claim to seek refuge in. In the end, the debate isn't about who's human or deserving, it's about who's accountable. Crime is crime, whether it's stealing a loaf of bread or sneaking across a border. The U.S. owes its citizens and those who play by the rules a system that doesn't bend for convenience. Anything else is just chaos dressed up as kindness. By Scott Young, aka Synfamous Gamer.